So I'm recording this video shortly after watching Baylor put them paws on Mississippi State and blessed my bracket. I don't know if y'all are playing in the ESPN Tournament Challenge where you make a bracket and then you can join a group between you and your boys. But in my personal group, I'm in second place out of like 11 people, spanking them. And VJ Edgecombe and Baylor have a big reason in why that is. And today we gotta talk about it. Usually I'm not a big fan of recency bias, saying things in the spur of the moment. But I ain't gonna lie, VJ Edgecombe specifically is the truth. And he appears to be a lock to go top 10 in the upcoming NBA draft, lottery pick, the whole spill. I know it's only been one game of March Madness, but over the course of the whole season, he's been hooping. And this is Jimmy Butler's little brother. It's Jimmy Butler's son. We can put the players side by side. Not only do they favor each other in the face, but also their play styles are very similar. They share many of the same strengths. And today we're gonna break it down. It's only unfortunate that they're probably gonna get knocked out in the next round versus the Blue Devils. Let's not be delusional. Yes, we know the team is very solid, but it ain't no way. Man, I got Duke winning it all. So y'all let me know what you think in the comments. But also let me know what you think about VJ Edgecombe and some of his capabilities. And yeah, man, really quick before I go any further here, what's up YouTube? Plug Speaks back with another video. If you're new, first of all, welcome. Go ahead and sub. Also like the video if you enjoy. I upload quality basketball content and we're on the grind to 5K, so I'd most def appreciate it. But yeah, man, back to the video. So I know many of you guys may have seen the title, y'all may have seen the thumbnail and been like, oh yeah, this dude got jokes. VJ Edgecombe, Jimmy Butler, they're kind of similar, they're calling him his little brother, but nah. This is a very serious thing. VJ Edgecombe might as well be Jimmy G Buckets reincarnated, and I'm gonna prove it. He's the best two-way guard prospect in this draft class. When we're talking about somebody that can damn near guard 1 through 5, similar to a forward position, but also provide buckets on the offensive end, get into his sweet spots, get into the money, that is VJ Edgecombe. You see, this season at Baylor, he's averaging 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals, shooting about 44% from the field and 34% from 3 to go with about nearly 80% on free throws. Just smooth production overall. But it doesn't stop here. He's doing this in his first year at Baylor as a freshman ahead of the NBA draft. Now, if I pull up Jimmy Butler's stats at Marquette, the school he played at before going pro, in his last year before going pro, which was his junior season, and I put this side by side, man, what are we talking about? These are identical numbers. I understand we're in a different time of basketball, so VJ shooting much more threes than Butler did around that time. But if anything, that shows he's just more developed as a shooter. It also seems as though he's more developed as a passer as well. But outside of that, man, these are identical numbers, but and this is the same player. And because of this, I'm afraid the ceiling as far as VJ's potential is through the roof. We're talking about a 6'5" guard with a 6'6" wingspan who knows exactly how to play his role. So let's talk strengths. Number 1, athleticism. I seen it versus Mississippi State. Please, do not let the fact that he only scored about 14 points on somewhat inefficient shooting distract you from the fact that he is athletically gifted. He's very explosive and doesn't struggle to blow by defenders. And once he gets that dribble up and, gets that first step, it's bye-bye, Baja Blast to the rim. And otherwise, you're most likely going to have to foul him, which is why he attempts about 4 free throw attempts per game, which is definitely pretty good for, a college basketball player. And I don't know if y'all are aware, but there's actually a defender on the Mississippi State team who is currently thanking God for not getting posted, because VJ Edgecombe went up for one yesterday on some John Morant type of flow, and it just didn't go in. So yeah, man, offensively, this athleticism provides him an advantage that will certainly be of value at the next level. And then, defensively, VJ has the bunnies to get blocks that he simply should not be getting. Blocking 7-foot centers, or even blocking other guards when they do a step back and create a bunch of space, but apparently not enough. You know, these are the type of capabilities he has, and again, these are the type of things that are a difference maker from one player to the next. You know, as much as I love some of the top scorers in this draft class, they don't got the on-ball defense like VJ. They not sliding their feet. You know, they not contesting every shot. They not hustling the way he hustling. But anyway, we could talk about that all day. Next thing I want to get into is his shot creation. And this is really where I see, you know, more of those similarities with Jimmy Butler at this stage of his career. Because when you watch this man score, it's never really gonna be off some crazy combo. You know, he's not doing the tween hezzies, you know, the behind the backs into the crazy double step back or the acrobatic layup. You know, you might actually get an acrobatic layup every now and then. You might even get a nasty dunk, but for the most part, he for surely keeps things mostly fundamental. And that's why I would definitely say his ball handling is a weakness to a certain extent. But this is a skill that can be developed. You feel me? You get the right player coach around him, the right skills trainer, it's a wrap. The same thing goes for his jump shot. You know, he shoots pretty good from the 3-point, 34%. But, you know, a lot of those jumpers are off catch and shoot opportunities. He doesn't do too much of trying to combo up, put the ball on the floor. Because if he does, he might just lose it. But again, these skills can be taught. So like, how bad of a weakness is it? And then really quick here before I wrap up this video, it wouldn't be right if I didn't end this without speaking on some of his best performances this season. You know, those are the games where we really see what type of talent we're dealing with. For instance, he's had 4 games in which he went to the free throw line at least 10 times or more. Like, bro, that should tell you how frustrating it can be as a defender when you would rather send him to the charity stripe than let him get a shot off. We're not talking about no foul baiting, not being a free throw merchant, none of that. I don't even think you unlock that in your bag until you make the pros. I know college refs are weak, but, they ain't going for that. So yeah, but his best performance this season was a 30-point game versus Kansas State, in which he shot 8 for 13 from the field, 3 for 7 on threes, went to the free throw line 12 times, hitting 11 of them. And just a masterclass. And if you want to say, well, Kansas State ain't no competition. He had another game versus Houston, the 1 seed, where he dropped 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, a block, just filling up the stat sheet, going to the free throw line 10 times, hitting 9 of them. This is the type of player that's about to be in the league, I'm telling y'all. This is Jimmy Butler's long-lost twin. It's his little brother. So yeah, man, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. But y'all let me know in the comments, what do you think of VJ Edgecombe? Does Baylor have any chance at upsetting Duke to make it to the Sweet 16? Why not? Also, let me know how y'all brackets are doing. Is it busted? Is it still doing alright? Me personally, I'm doing decent. So yeah, but I appreciate y'all watching. Like the sub, share it, sub if new, all of that. I will see y'all boys in the next one, and I'm out.